If you want to change your life, change the people that you compare yourself to. Now, this was inspired by a podcast that I was listening to that pointed this out. And this is something I've always thought before was, comparison is the thief of joy. I can't remember who said that. I'll probably put it up right here. Who said that? I've always believed that comparison is what motivates us to be better, to change, to increase. Now, you can use comparison for when you want to feel good. You compare yourself to people that are below you. And when you want to make yourself feel bad, which people actually do want to make themselves feel bad sometimes, we compare ourselves to people that we perceive as above us. So in this case, if you really want to change your life, change the people that you compare yourself to. Now, sometimes we are kind of just given people that we compare ourselves to, and that's the influence that family and friends and the communities that we grow up in, the people that we use to compare ourselves against, aren't really the right examples for what we want to become. So it's very important to make sure that you're consciously choosing who you're using as a comparison, as that benchmark for your life or who you want to be. Role models can either be chosen or they can be assigned to you. Which one would you rather have? We have this tendency to compare our life to this imaginary perfection that we keep in our head, this image of what things should be. And we're disappointed when real life doesn't meet the expectations. We say things like, oh, well, this wasn't supposed to happen, and this isn't how I saw this going. And that type of perfection thinking is what causes so much unhappiness in our lives. Now, a lot of these come from these beliefs that have been instilled in us from societal or cultural beliefs. And those beliefs and behaviors will put a glass ceiling on what you can become. And it subconsciously affects the way that we deem success or see how far we can go. This is where so many limiting beliefs come from, to where someone may look at something and say, that's not for me, or that's for this type of person, when in actuality, anything that one person can do, you can also do. There are limitations that we place on ourselves. There are challenges that society places on us, but all those things can be overcome. All you have to do is try. I don't like that last part. Not try. There is no try. You either do or do not. When I was growing up as a young lad, I grew up in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and it wasn't the happiest place back in, the 90s, 80s and 90s when I grew up. It was a place full of separation, segregation, and these beliefs that were instilled upon me were there were things in life that weren't meant for me. What got me out of that situation, what changed my life then, was that I always questioned why. I always questioned why not. I challenged the beliefs that were placed in front of me. I challenged the thought process of the community that I lived in, and decided that I'm going to do something different, that I'm going to make a different choice than everybody around me, because I was not satisfied with what was being presented to me. That questioning and that awareness of the influences around me helped me not ignore the examples, but realize those examples were there to show me what I didn't want to be. Those examples were my blueprint of where not to go, if that makes sense. With that experience, I can't stress enough how important it is to have diverse thoughts and perspectives, and to make conscious decisions on what you're exposed to. If you really want to change your life, you have to seek out these different perspectives. You have to seek out exposure to new ideas that may go against the conventional or the norm of where you were brought up. This is how we break through perceived limitations and these perceived destinies that are sometimes imposed on us that we really don't want to have. A huge thing that we suffer from now that I didn't have to go through back in the 80s was social media. Social media permeates every point, every part of our lives, and it influences us more than we know. We have influences of music and movies that we watch, and these get into our mind and help picture and help create that picture of what we think reality should be. Social media does the same thing. With social media, we're constantly bombarded with images of what perfection should be, and it's sometimes hard to imagine ourselves in those images. The importance of cultivating your social media is a game changer in itself. These last few years, I've gotten really conscious of how social media influenced my thought process and how I view reality. About once a year, I take an audit of what am I looking at on Instagram? What am I looking at on YouTube? What are the influences that I am allowing into my life that are changing my mental state? With that type of audit, I get to choose to follow someone more inspirational, to follow things that are in line with the path that I want to follow, in line with the path that I want to pursue. And are the people that I'm looking at on social media platforms, are those people that I really want to influence me? Are these people that I would really seek out advice for? It's not just about entertainment. It's about cultivating the way our minds work. Even outside of social media, we still have real world influences. The people that we call friends, the people that we have as family, the communities that we live in, the job environments that we have to go to work in. We spend so much time with these people that we think the whole world is just like it is in your little box. But it's not. And you can always make a change. There's no person in your life that is permanent. There's no thing that will always be with you. Even our family disappears over time. Friends come and go as we grow. We have to keep looking forward. And if those that we have want to come with us on this journey, that's fantastic. If they don't, we have to have that strength to move on without them. It's up to you to decide on who you want to have influencing your future. With that said, it's all about fostering relationships of those that are supportive, that are inspiring, that are on the same path. This is why it's so important to ensure you're having the relationships that you need in your life of those that are either coming along with you or that are at least there to inspire and uplift you and support you while you're challenging the status quo of your life. You want those around you that have those desired qualities that you're looking to build. You want those around you that align with the principles and the values that you're looking to cultivate. And actually I have a video all about that. You can find it right up here in that floating link. That'll help you attract the right people that you need to make the changes that you want to make. Boom. Let's get back to it. Even now, I have a handful of people that I still look to for influence. Outside of social media, outside of the books that I read, outside of the videos that I watch, there's people that I hold dear, that I value when they give me opinions, when they give me feedback. One of those people, and the main one, is my wife. She's fantastic. She brings me back when I'm straying from the path. She helps keep the light on the goals that we have and the things that we need to do to get there. And then I'll also have an example of what I don't want to become. Won't mention names there, but I'm always keeping an eye on what's going on with that person to ensure that I'm not making the same pitfalls, to ensure that I'm not moving in a direction that I don't want to go in. It's like having bumpers on the road to make sure that I don't lose my way. Got where I want to go, got where I don't want to go. And it's worked well for me. Who do you have in your life that you can use as these examples? Now, there's one thing that's fantastic about living in today's time. Yes, we have social media and the internet, and it's bringing us so much pain and sorrow and ridiculousness with the news, and social media is showing false perfection. But we also have the opportunity to find all the information we need for growth, all the information that we need to change our lives. There's so much potential for you to learn from those that have already taken this path, for those that have already accomplished the things you want to do. Standing on the shoulders of giants has become the easiest thing. It's literally right in the palm of your hand. Learning from others' mistakes is the best way to avoid the pitfalls. You never have to start from scratch. You never have to do it alone. Speaking of not going it alone, if you found value in this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe for more. I'll be providing more content around health, wealth, and relationships, and hopefully being an asset in your travels to change your life. Thanks much. See you in the next one.